Mercedes, Spirit Jump. You can now input a jump key with the up arrow key to jump upwards. Everyone gets a fucking up jump these days. What's going to be next? An actual functioning down jump, though? Dual Bowgun Booster. This dex will be changed to passive. 20 dex. Water Shield. You will now be invincible for 2 seconds after using this skill. The cooldown has been set to 70 seconds. Dude, the amount of iframes everyone's getting. Holy fuck. The damage reduction, status resistance, and elemental resistance have been changed to be passive. The skill now increases stance by 40%. Okay. Ignis Roar, the final damage boost effect's duration has been increased from 15 seconds to 30. Okay. Ancient Spirit gives the other 60% stance. Okay. Elvish Blessing, duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 80 seconds, and a cooldown from 90 to a 120. Again, I don't know, for soloing and for partying this could have a different effect. But it is 1/3, 1/3. I mean, the uptime stays the same. But I mean, it's synchronized to a 2-minute now, so... I guess you could kind of see this as a nerf if you were doing a DPM party with a Kana, right? Because you could use it at 90 seconds, you could use it off domain, and then use it immediately when domain is back up. And now you can only use it once per domain. This doesn't seem like a blanket increase, although Vicious Shot is a 2-minute. So it'll be synchronized with Vicious Shot. Yeah, not 100% sure. Sylphidia, the duration has been decreased from 42 seconds to 37, but the cooldown has been decreased from 150 to 120. Okay, that's another to bring the cooldowns back in line. Ricada's Breath, the maximum key down duration has been decreased from 8.5 seconds to 4. Damage increased from 880 8 times to 912 times. And when the skill hits an enemy, Ignis Roar's duration will now be increased by 0.3 seconds. Cooldown has been decreased from 150 to 120. And Royal Knight's cooldown decreased from 150 to 120, just with no changes. That is a, what the fuck was that sound? This does mean that you're going to have to do your skill rotations completely differently. Whether this is like a net increase, it's probably a net increase, but it's going to require Mercedes to play quite differently. But having like 90 seconds, 120 seconds, 150 seconds, and 180 seconds buffs, I mean... I can get from a design perspective that you don't want to like throw everything together. But it always feels like you're just playing around your skills downsides instead of being able to benefit from how good they are. So just tweaking the numbers and making it all synced across the board is probably a plus. I'm not sure about the Elvish Blessing though compared to like cycling it to Vicious Shot, yeah. But decycling it from domain, it'll depend on your party. If you're on a 2-minute burst rotation party, then all of these changes are fine, right? If you have some 4-minute bursters and mostly 2-minute bursters in your party, then this is all fine. But if you've got 3-minute bursters and you're doing a DPM setup with the domain and with delaying the bind so that you can always domain at 3 minutes, then this will probably be a DPS output decrease. So, but you're getting an iframe, longer Ignis Roar. You're getting an up jump. I don't know. Across the board, it seems like a big plus. Plus, you're doing your Color's Breath damage in 4 seconds. Maybe a little bit less, but you're doing it in 4 seconds now. Well, it's less because it's also on a 2-minute cooldown now. I think they will... You get an up jump? Yup. So I think across the board, no more rope lift node. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people with up jumps who still use rope lift. I usually don't do that. I usually just learn to get by without rope lift because, dude, matrix slots are valuable. Okay, ain't nobody got room for rope lift. But wow, I think most Mercedes will be pretty happy with it. But there might be some intricate, specific boss mechanic stuff that I'm not aware of where it's not very good. Hey, what is this? An up jump for phantoms? Oh my god, it's almost like everyone gets an up jump and gets fucking 100% stance. Never mind. I guess I already knew what Phantom was getting. An up jump and 100% stance. Well, this is almost like the neutral change, right? Poor Phantom mains get nothing. Phantoms are getting a lot. Remember, there's the Explorer revamp. Phantoms steal skills from explorers. Their kit is changing a lot. Just not in this part. This part is pretty neutral, but yeah, Explorer revamp equals Phantom revamp. Yes. They lost damage on Explorer revamp, possibly so far, but that's not finalized yet, so we'll still have to see. And usually what happens as well, if they find somewhere that Phantoms get an increase, usually they change it so that that skill cannot be stolen by Phantoms anymore, just so they don't have to deal with balancing it. Shades. You're gonna put the jump key and you get an up jump with a... The fuck is that supposed to be? This looks like somebody ran over something and it's now flat. It's almost like a tapestry from fucking the Aladdin movie or something. Spirit Frenzy, the maximum duration has been decreased from 10 seconds to 5. The damage has been increased from 45 to 90. You can now move while using this skill. Oh, you can move while using Spirit Frenzy. Alright. If Shade uses Spirit Frenzy before Spirit Bond Maximum Summon Guardian Spirit uses it, the final damage boost effect will still be applied. Huh. Cock ring, yep. With the jagged edges in the middle. Doesn't look very comfortable. Luminous. Light transforming. The horizontal distance has been increased to 190. A light leap feature has been added that lets you jump high into the air. After using light leap, you can use light transforming one time if you do not land on a platform, and you can use light transforming an additional one time if you are in equilibrium mode. You can now use this skill while jumping. You can now use this skill while hanging on ropes and ladders. Jesus. Mobility is just... Man, I remember the time when I played this game where all the mobility that existed was mages, and this is only Explorer mages were the only mages. Mages had teleport, and thieves had flash jump. One flash jump, and that was it. I think warriors had like a rush skill. That was all the mobility that existed, and there was actually big value in getting haste from a thief because you would be able to move faster and jump higher. Like, that was irrelevant. We've come a long way. Check this, Lumi. Oh, is that the Lotus fight? Jesus! So this is an in equilibrium? Who plays the game like this? You can see anything, bro. Wait, was that the animation for the Dawn Warrior skill? Am I high? That almost looks... Does it almost look like the Dawn Warrior animation? That's too similar. Wow. So in all right, you're making life hard for me for ranking these classes, okay? Fuck. It's the same premise? Yeah, it is the same premise, yeah. Lumi had it first match. Magic Booster, passive, 20 int. Anti-Magic Shell, the skill now defends against darkness and seal as well. Cooldown has been decreased from 300 to 240. The number of times you can ignore status effects has been increased from 3 to 7. And against darkness and seal? Bro. Bro, that is broken. Just rank everyone at a 10 now? Well, if everyone is a 10, nobody's a 10, right? I have to change the Excel sheet now? Well, no, I'm still changing it for the current system, but 6 months from now, we're definitely going to have to do a big old review. Just delete the mobility. Yeah. Event status for Lumi? Light Shadow Guard, the skill now increases Light Transforming's horizontal distance by 65 and stance by 40%. Darkness Sorcery gets the other 60%. Baptism of Light Darkness alleviate an issue where sometimes the skill did not fully hit monsters that moved around frequently. Oh. Liberation Orb. While in equilibrium mode, the light and darkness attacks will now be activated together, and both elements' magic will now be stacked in the orb. The active effect's damage has been increased from 975 to 1000 unbalanced, and 1000 to 1100 and unbalanced. The magic orb damage boost per additional magic has been increased from 50% points to 90% points, and the magic orb recreation cooldown has been decreased from 1 second to 0.9 seconds. Okay. All demons. GMS with effect with Scardor and release this balance patch in February. Dude. After I redo everything, just redo everything again the week after. God. All demons. Demon Jump. This skill has been improved so that you can use skills after using this skill, or use the skill after using certain skills more smoothly. Okay, that's a weird description. Okay. The skill has been improved so that you can use skills after flash jumping, basically, or use this flash jump again after using certain skills more smoothly. Dude, what I wanted to do is when you're holding down glide, you being able to fucking lunar slash while you're gliding, so you can just be like a fucking helicopter. You can just go through the map. That's what I want. That's what I want to be able to do, but I guess after the BT copter getting nerfed, I guess we're not getting a DA copter. Demon Slayer. Metamorphosis skill can now be registered to pet auto buff, which... Isn't this an iframe? I don't think you would want that, right? Blue Blood, the cooldown reduction for every 50 force absorbed has been increased from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. The cooldown reduction for every 50 force absorbed... Okay. Damn. Okay, more uptime. What? This skill can now be registered to pet auto buff. Huh. Does this make it like a... I think people can already kind of almost 100% uptime Blue Blood, right? Is this basically just Babby's training wheels for everyone getting 100% Blue Blood uptime? Just make it a passive at this point? I feel like there still needs to be some skill involved. It's already pretty easy to maintain. This will make it more than 100%. Free Blue Bloods? Holy shit. For the people who don't know, I think Blue Blood is basically 90% final damage on all your attacks? Is it not? It's like pretty much 2x damage, right? It's a Shadow Partner on crack? Yeah, exactly. Oh, it doubles the lines? Oh, yeah. It's just full double. Okay. Now buff duration for Boundless Rage isn't necessary in bosses. Why would this change Boundless Range's requirement? I thought Boundless Range was Boundless Range mainly there so you could keep Blue Blood up? Wasn't it there to just make sure that you could keep spamming all of your skills more easily without running out? Boundless Range also reduce Blue Blood's cooldown while it's active. Oh, so you'd want to have the duration increase to have more time of decreasing the Blue Blood cooldown. So, are you saying that could change the invulnerability requirement for Demon Slayer? Only annoying part would be pressing it while bossing, but even then it isn't that big of an issue. What is best in slot now anyway? Isn't it like 20% cooldown skip, and then 38% buff duration, and then what, either boss damage, attack, or increased damage to debuffed or something like that? Whatever you can get on a third line, I guess. Whatever is not critical rate, because that's definitely not what you need. Okay, your Roman Gunner fixed an issue where only 10% of damage will be played. Okay, that seems to be a general bug that they had on a lot. Do you need skip? You don't need it, but it's a high utility, because there's a bunch of skills that if you skip any of them, you get a lot of utility out of it. More so than just increasing the damage by 10% or something. They just go for boss damage. 20 boss, 10 skip? That's probably a good alternative. 20 boss, 10 skip. And 8 status? That sounds pretty fine too. I mean, if you get 20 skip, 10 boss, 8 status, that's probably pretty similar. Maybe people need to learn to use Bane in a different way, since it's now an iframe for the first part. You will now be invincible for 7 seconds after using the skill, so whole of Demon Bane is now an iframe. Oh boy. Jesus. Man, this class was already so strong. All of the risk of the class and all of the things that were like kind of difficult to maintain, and for the higher skill ceiling, like making sure that you keep your blue blood up at 100%, making sure that you time your Demon Bane properly and everything, that's just being taken away. It's like Demon Slayer just got training wheels added to its ass. Why play DA when DS exists? I think you mistyped. I think you mean why play DS when DA exists. Because look at these DA buffs. Oh my god, are you ready for this? First buff, Exceed. Moonlight Slash and Exceed executions, the last stage Exceed mode. Duration has been increased from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. I didn't even know what the fuck that means. You mean this sped up? The fact that the attacks are a little bit faster and have a bigger range? Wow, I don't give a shit about that. Shield Chasing. This skill now prioritizes a monster with a high... It didn't do that?! Welcome to 2022, everyone. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Shield chases golems. Demon Frenzy. The cooldown has been decreased from 125 seconds to... Fucking finally! 5 years of this shit. A cooldown on the toggle. Ugh. Out of here with that bullshit. Fuck. Yeah, so my overload release. Sorry. The skill has been changed to a skill that automatically attacks a certain area around the character. The skill now deals 1800% damage 2 times and up to 10 enemies periodically. Oh god. Jesus. Is this skill actually gonna do something now? Oh my god. Yeah, it's basically toggle Lord of the Deep now. They nerfs the survivability? I mean, is this gonna be the full description of the skill? Or is it still gonna like reduce incoming damage and all of that? Because if that's gonna be removed, the class is gonna be really, really different to play now. Lord of the Toggle? Toggle of the Deep? I don't know what my current percentages are. %17% of BA, that seems low compared to what it is now. Wait, let me read all the other stuff first. Blood Feast skill has been changed to a skill that activates instantly when used. Okay, I already tap it anyway. The skill now consumes 10% max HP and deals 1300 damage 9 times on up to 8 enemies. Recovers 20% max HP with an additional 100% critical rate. Wow, very useful. And 100% defense ignored with a cooldown of 12 seconds. So does that... Did that lose the reduction of incoming damage as well then? Lower hit frequency on the new frenzy. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit of a cut off of the upper end, but it being a toggle rather than a... Description error? Less does damage reduction in test PI, just not in description. Gotcha. Revenant, this skill can now defend against darkness. The cool thing is, though, if you have Demon Frenzy on... Wait, are we basically helicoptering, though? If you have Demon Frenzy on, and there's an area like this around you, can you just glide through the map with this on? Can I actually become... Can I become the blob? Yes, you can? Oh my god. This is fucking dream come true. mean, I'm sure there's some down helicopter coggers. Oh, this is gonna be really interesting to see how that hits live servers and what that's gonna do. DA to 275 when? I'm not sure about 275, but yeah, who knows, man? Maybe some rejuvenation. New Frenzy is weird. Yeah, it looks and it seems weird. It's gonna take some adjusting because we've learned to push through the suck and to get used to what Demon Frenzy is now. But this seems like it's becoming a very different skill. DA-BM before Arc? I don't know about that. DA revive pausers? Oh, pause champs, what are you looking for? Soulmaster and downward changes? Yes, we saw that, yeah. Cooldown, sorry, an iframe on the charge up of Styx crossing, and an increase in damage and a rebalance on the... Is it Elysium? Is that the name of the skill? I don't remember the GMS name for that skill. You know that one of the DAs are quitting? If you're quitting because of KMS Tespia notes, then you should probably already have quit. Because you don't even know if this is going to go into the game and how this is going to go into the game and how it's going to affect you. Quitting over KMS Tespia notes is like... You probably should already go. You should probably already leave because you're probably like a little bit toxic for yourself and the people around you. It's the same thing with the people who left because of the last nerfs to totems and to Kana. And those people were like leaving before it went into live servers. And then when the totems came out, we realized that they weren't actually nerfed. They just got cheaper, so it was actually a buff to totems. And that Kana was actually pretty easy to keep 100% uptime. You just had to not play absolutely brain dead. But those people leaving is good. It's good for them. It's good for everyone who stays. Like those people just don't. Yeah. He really wants DA number 1. Yeah. I mean, you could be we can be... Honestly, I think DA could be number 1 in Culvert. if you fund it enough. I mean, one of the 3 DAs left the DS group chat. he joined the DS group chat. And then Revenant, this skill now defends against darkness and seals as well. After the skill ends, the hit determination... After the skill ends, the hit determination will disappear. What is hit determination? What is that? Number 1 cover, are they that strong? Yes, but also I think there's some kind of glitch where Demon Frenzy like double stacks or something in Culvert in some locations. Basically in the location where the boss spawns, where everyone's standing. So they're getting like an inflated Culvert score. Termination is the Undertale thing. No. Combat status? No more combat state? Oh, being in dude, that's so annoying being in combat. Like after Revenant, I want to switch my equips and loosen and I have to wait for like 30 seconds before I can start switching my gear. It's so annoying. Same as Ice Age, Bolt Barrage for Ice Lightning and Culvert, I think. Oh, does that work in the same way? Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, this looks interesting. I'm not sure how this is gonna really... Yeah, I'll have to see. I guess we'll look at the video now. This is 4 minutes. So there were changes to the HP scaling as well. It's like I said, man, it's not nearly enough. This is so little. Um, 46K. That's a 20% increase. So they said 17.5. 20% of 17.5. 1/5 is 3. It's 3.5. So it's going to 21 per. Yeah. It's not the worst. But I feel like we're at 22.5 in late game and around 25 in end game, and we're getting 21x. So, like I said, it's a tweak, but it's still not enough. It should be It should probably be like 20, at least for reboot for GMS, right? Comparatively, it should at least be 22.5x or 25, which means that this should go up to like 310k or something, or 345. That's probably where it would be balanced compared to other stats. So I mean, you know, fuck it, it's a bunch of HP, I guess, but. More HP and set bonuses too. Okay, so it hits the first target and then immediately it goes to Lucid. Fucks Lucid up. So this buff stays way longer now. Space 20 seconds instead of 10. I can recream, by the way. Oh, so this gets resisted. Okay, so here you're not in combat. You can... Okay, so you were stuck. And now, during this, you're not in combat. You just take damage. Okay. There's also a weird thing where this skill keeps dealing damage even when the debuff is gone. Like, with 5 seconds left or something, the debuff disappears. You get stunned and smacked. So that gets immuned in... Okay. Laser stun from slime can still get you. I mean, that's a skill you want to avoid at all costs anyway. So big blasts. Revenant, cool beans. Okay, show me that different D. Okay, it's still got the damage reduction though, right? The 30%. Oh, dude, this is... That is so different. The fact that it was not a... That it had like... Oh, man, you guys don't understand what it's like to have a toggle that you rely on for most of your damage and your survivability and how you play the boss. And it's a toggle, but it's on a 2-minute cooldown. Apparently you can't animation cancel with the new blasts? Huh. Big blast... Well, there's no big blast, it's just blast now. And it still has damage reduction apparently, but it's not in the... Yeah. Look, we're Lord of the Deep. Demon Avenger's actual fucking... Demon Avenger's actually Buccaneer now. Okay. Cool. That is very different mobbing. Oh, this does put you in combat and you can't switch. Ooh, he was dead there. This is no lifesteal. Oh, yikes. That lifesteal is cooked. Is this old? New. 36, 22, 18, 15. Dude, weapon aura being 4% of our BA is kind of sad. The one with the green font is new. Okay, I hate to tell it to you, but this is yellow as fuck. This is not green. But thank you. Okay. Sorry, no problem. Just wanted to let you know that you might be colorblind without having realized it so far. Okay. I will, yeah. I mean, it's probably 6 months away, right? So... But, they didn't touch Dimensional Sword. Yeah, don't worry, it's next. Vengeful Sword will be... Dimensional Sword will be a relevant bursting skill soon. Don't worry, one day. One day we will be a full class. Man just got his colorblind diagnosis? Yeah. Okay, Battle Mage. All aura skills. Buff freezers will now apply to these skills. Oh, I thought that was it. Okay. Teleport version 2. What? You can now input the jump key with the up arrow key to activate rapid leap and up jump afterwards. After using rapid leap, you can use teleport one time while in the air. What the fuck? DA top 40 class soon? That's the goal, okay? I'm not aiming super high. So you could jump, up teleport, up jump, teleport again? Huh. Think of the meta applications for Dream Defender now, for Spirit Savior now. Buff freezers will now apply to death. Dark lightning, the black mark left on enemies will now only be consumed after attacks hit the enemy 15 times. I don't know what the number is now, but that seems nice. And Nerve Simulation, this skill now increases Teleport version 2's distance moved by 65 horizontally and 30 vertically. Oh. I'm guessing that Battle Mage already had 100% knockback resistance, because there's no skills giving 100% knockback resistance. I guess they already had that somehow, right? Wait, no, actually they don't. Don't they only have it during certain skills? Don't you still need the knockback resistance in this guy? Maybe they get it in passives in like 4th job or something. They have 100%? Okay, okay, yeah, okay. That's good shit then. Wild Hunter, double jump. Okay, this is just lazy. You're just using the flash jump and you're just tilted at 90 degrees, okay? I saw it in a bunch of the other skills as well. The fucking phantom up jump. Okay, don't think we don't see what you're doing, okay? You just fucking tilted at 90 degrees. Alright? This is some lazy ass shit. You better update that before it actually goes into the live server. This is scuffed as hell, okay? Completely new art poggers, yeah. You can now input the jump key with the up arrow key while not riding the Jaguar to jump upwards. Wait, while... It's even while not riding the Jaguar, but the icon is the Jaguar? Nexon, come on. You're not even showing the right icon. You didn't even rotate the right icon. You should have rotated this one, where he's like walking to the moon. Are we in Wild Hunter? I can't deal with this again. Bye. Oh, that's proving. Summon Jaguar. You can now use the skill with the down arrow key to fix the Jaguar to its location. The Jaguar will prioritize hitting the monsters with the highest maximum HP and range while its location is fixed. Jaguar skills. All Jaguar skills have been changed from attacking in the direction that the character was facing to prioritizing hitting the monster with the highest maximum HP and range. Okay. The Jaguar is looking at you, soaring above you. Okay. Soul Arrow Crossbow. This skill has been changed to a passive. White Heat Rush. You can now use this skill to move downwards diagonally. Oh my god. Utility. Pog. You could do Flash Jump up, down rush, down White Heat Rush. That's some... It couldn't do that? No, it was only diagonally up. Drawback. This skill has been changed so that even when drawback is activated, if you use jump backwards, you will be moved backwards. Oh. Yeah, I guess that should be possible. Wild Vulcan. What is this? You can now right-click the skill to change it to Wild Vulcan type P. Wild Vulcan type P deals 300% damage 4 times with up to 8 enemies in front of you. You can only use Wild Vulcan type P while riding a Jaguar. Wild Vulcan's enhancement core has been changed to enhance Wild Vulcan type P as well. Is this a video of it? What's up, everybody? Dude, these fucking up jumps, man. Alright, sit on the baby. Dash. Dash. Rope lift. Dash. A dash. Wait, does it not have cooldown? Can you just like fucking perma dash? This is so weird. This makes my brain act funny when you're like flash jumping backwards while fixing forward and shit. I guess it makes sense though, but yeah, the moon jumping. I guess for bossing it can be pretty convenient though. Okay, change it to the other skill now. Show us the other one. Do it. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Would this would this be better if you have high ping though? Because I feel like with the hurricane skill, a lot of times a lot of your damage just gets soaked up by monsters that should have already died. Because ping is not registering them to have died already and they're soaking up all your damage. So if you have high ping, wouldn't you want this to just like insta-kill, move to the next one, insta-kill? Yeah, it looks worse. If you have low ping, I think this is just objectively worse, and I don't see why you would ever fucking use it. If you have high ping... Dude, for some reason, I know a bunch of Israeli dudes who main this class. And they're probably playing at like 300 ping. I'm pretty sure they won't mind. It has some pretty nice vertical range. Yeah, that's true. It has a bit bigger vertical range, but it seems like when you're jumping, the downward range is kind of trash. So like here he jumps... Oh, no. Another rotation before this. He like jumps and attacks and he just hits over them. That's also really annoying. Wild Arrow Blast. Wild Arrow Blast does Jackal damage? What is Wild Arrow Blast? That's Wild Falcon, right? Excuse me, sir. Some of us have 350 ping. 300 is fancy. Sorry. Nature Force Stance. Jaguar Maximum, the cooldown has been decreased from 120 to 90 seconds. The invincibility duration has been decreased from 10 seconds to 7 seconds. That should be plenty anyway. And first attack's damage has been decreased from 675 to 506. And the final attack's damage has been decreased from 900 to 675. Because you can use it every 90 seconds now instead of every 120. So 90-second cooldown of 7 seconds instead of a 2-minute cooldown of 10 seconds. I think that utility should always be better, right? Did Prime Channels change? I've heard some stuff about it, but I haven't seen any... I don't really see people logging into different channels, so I'm inclined to say no. Yeah. And then Jaguar Storm. The Jaguars will now be summoned near the monster with the highest maximum HP. Wow. That took a while as well, but thank God, I guess. The maximum key down duration has been decreased from 7.2 seconds to 5. For Wild Falcon type X, and the damage increased from 1050 5 times to 1105 7 times. So now you can actually blot out the sun, and should probably play with blade damage skin. Type X is proven to be a nerf. Well, the problem is it's fine that if it's a nerf for that individual skill, right? Because you're getting 2.2 extra seconds of using other damage. The idea is that you do a little bit less of the damage, but you do it in way less time, so that you have more time to do other skills that do more damage, that compensate for the loss, plus that don't lock you in place for as long, give you more utility or ability to move around, follow the boss, and are more flexible with dealing your damage than having to hold down your key for too long. That's the idea behind it, right? Was all of that taken into account, or did they just look at only the damage of the skill? Because I would expect the skill that goes down from a key duration from 7.2 to 5 seconds, I would expect that damage to go down a little bit. Any changes to Thunderbreaker? My dude, you're gonna... Somebody link man in the video. The Copperson video. Or just look for Copperson YouTube. You probably uploaded the Thunderbreaker video in the last 24 hours, so... yes. The short answer is yes. The long answer is watch the video. It's only like a 1-minute video too, so... Oh yeah, Clopperson, my bad. Everyone asked for us to move normally while using it, but they decided to fuck with its entire function, lol. Yeah, well, that probably... you can still move, right? But do you move kind of in the same way that you do with the Cane Burst? Where it kind of like changes direction pretty slowly, and you're moving quite slowly as well? I think it's similar to that one, right? You move like a snail? Yeah. I mean... Yeah, it's weird when they're moving a lot of skills that are key downs into you can move like normal, and then some other ones are not doing it at all. It seems inevitable. That's a change that's just coming in the next 6 months to a year anyway. Might as well do that now. That feels weird that they're not doing that to certain skills, but they are to others. Yeah, I'm not sure. It feels like they're kind of just throwing some stuff out there for Wild Hunter and seeing what sticks. So we'll see what the live servers bring, you know? And apparently there was more changes coming on the 20th as well. I heard floating around. I don't know. We'll see if that's the thing. Why did I heard of my Jaggy? I'm not sure, dude. Jet Booster. You can now input the jump key with the up arrow key. Whoa, an up jump? Wait, don't Mechanic already have like a rocket booster thing? Oh, well, there it is. The command has been changed to the up arrow key plus the attack key. Oh, marvelous. You can use booster deployment after jumping upwards. Wow, so you don't even need blink to stay above the dragon. You just up jump over the dragon and then hold your booster deployment. You don't even need to waste your blink on that. Ah, yes, the attack key. Yeah, love it. Tell me why Wild Hunter Bind is still 210 seconds? Because Robot Launcher RM7, this skill can now attack enemies that are on the opposite direction that you are facing. Wow, that is revolutionary. Fixed issue are 10%. Yeah. Fixed issue are only 10%. Wow, this seems to be a problem with all of the summons. The skill will now prioritize the enemy with the highest maximum HP. The homing missiles? Wow. Now I feel bad for mechanics and for Demon Avengers, who apparently didn't have that the whole time. Amazing. Micro missile container. The time to search for enemies has been increased. Wait, is that a buff or a nerf? Because if you read this on the Xenon skill, it's absolutely horrible. But I guess on this one, it's an increase because you fire the missiles immediately, and then they can look for targets, right? Thesor constantly screams when the rockets go to Vihila corpses. Dude, I can't even imagine how much final damage loss that is and how fucking annoying that is. I mean, my spell bullets on my arc do that as well, actually. They also float there. It's really annoying. Fires the missiles, yeah. Logic has been added where if the micro missiles are fired and there are no mobs to attack, they will search for a target to attack for a short period of time extra. Okay. This skill can now only be used by yourself. Oh, poor Henry. No more griefing other people with teleportation. Wait, so instead of adding it to the bishop, they're removing it from mechanic? Oh, that's a party utility lost there for mechanic. Rip. Fix an issue where only 10% of the damage would be applied to... Okay, this seems like a lot of just, like, bug fixing, an up jump, the robot launcher, and the magic missile container and the homing missile, like, quality of life improvement, but no huge changes. But I guess it could be a lot of frustration avoided with these things. Why they're removing that? No clue, actually. I thought it was pretty cool and unique. I don't know why they... I guess giving everyone an up jump and giving everyone the stance and all that stuff makes the general concept of balancing difficulty of survivability and bosses more uniform. But I think it's cool if a class has something that can kind of disrupt that. But maybe they foresaw some bad interactions, or it made certain boss mechanics really weird and wonky or completely avoidable. I'm not sure. Like, mobbing pre-200 is so trash. I thought it was okay, but a lot of people hate it, yeah. Sure, Riddick class is mobbing pre-5th with low funding. Yeah, I mean, but that's exactly what it says, right? Pre-200 is trash. But that's what it is, and that's only what it is, right? Okay, Xenon. What is Xenon getting? Are they getting the Demon Avenger improvement? Conversion Star Force. Change the power of your equipment stars into your own. Oh wait, that is Demon Avenger stuff. For every 10 stars on your equipment, increase your strength, dex, and luck by 7. Wait, is this on top of everything? Just a blanket increase? For every 10 stars? Conversion Star Force will apply based on your Star Force with a limit of up to 100. A limit of 100? Keck. So much for scaling. I mean, to be fair, Xenon scales into the endgame like a motherfucker, but struggles a lot early on. So this kind of makes sense that this is something that just helps you early on and doesn't go all the way. It makes sense, but it's definitely nothing to write home about. Yeah, it probably scales with stat though. So 70 all stat does end up being quite a bit, but it's mostly for early and early mid game. Because flaming is really and scrolling are really good for Xenon. Remember, that's still what Xenon is being scaled around. The fact that bonus potential, a lot of percentage all stat lost there, and the fact that scrolling don't exist for reboot is the main problem. My Xenon's kind of struggle in reboot, but they have this in non-reboot where they're balancing 4. So. Could amend it by applying it like hypers where it's unaffected by percentage? Yeah, I think they could make the flat amount bigger but making not affected by percentage. Or they could just increase the scaling on the symbols, right? But I think they also did that, but we'll see about that. Possibly because they also increased the scaling on the symbols, this isn't too big to make sure that they're not doing too much at once, right? Quicksilver Sword, the skill can now be used one time after using Sudden Propel. So that gives some weird-ass mobility to Xenons. I don't know if someone had the video of the Xenon jumping around. The stance boost has been increased from 5% to 15 on multilateral 5% stance, lol. You can now use certain stat-increasing buff skills even while firing the Mega Smasher laser. Oh, while in the iframe. Interesting. Hologram Gravity Fusion, the cooldown has been decreased from 100 seconds to 90. Huge. And the photon ray cooldown has been decreased from 35 seconds to 30. Huh. Xenon has the best mobility in the game with the current changes. The best? The best? Did you see the Thunderbreaker though? Zooming through the fucking map? The best air mobility, maybe. I'll grant you that one. Best ground mobility? I don't know, man. That has to be either a Hayato, a TB, Blaster, something, one of those. Maybe an Aaron if it's snowy. The best! The best! The best! Hoyoung air mobility is pretty good too, yeah. Blaster, Revolving Bunker. Nice. The cooldown has been decreased from 150 to 120. You can now input the skill again after an enemy is captured to maintain the enemy's bind while allowing the character to move. Oh my god. Okay, it's still not fantastic, but you can actually use your bind as a bind now? For the people who don't know, Blaster had a bind where basically you just grab and hold on to something to lock it in place for as long as you grab it. And then when you let it go, the bind is over, and then you can start using your skills again. So they essentially didn't have a bind. So now you can hug a boss, and then if you hug one, you can tap it again, and it stays locked, and then you can start attacking, so you actually have a bind. And you go to 100% stance as well. I think Blaster was the only warrior without 100% stance? I think? Maybe Kaiser isn't there or something. Hayato? Does Hayato have it in bossing mode? Do they not even have it in bossing mode? Let's face it though, Kaiser and Hayato are fake classes anyway, don't even exist. Got him. A dumpstered. Speaking of Kaiser, is that an up jump I see? Oh my god, an actual, no, a somewhat remade icon. This is like, can I copy off your homework? Don't make it too obvious. Change the colors a little bit. Yeah. They're gonna gut Mihail Link and forget to give non-KMS classes stance passives? Which, oh yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, I hope not, but we'll see. We'll get like a JMS, we'll get like a JMS revamp, like a week before we get it, and then we'll see what they fuck up, but yeah, possibly. Kaiser up jump, double leap, Will of Swords. This skill now prioritizes monsters. Jesus. Robust armor, 60% stance. Rejoice. Will of Swords strike. This skill now prioritizes monster with the highest. Okay. You now acquire Morph Gauge when the swords and flames attack a monster. If there are no platforms for the swords to land on, they will now land in the air. What? Can you land in the air? Doesn't the word land imply that you're landing? You mean it'll just explode in the air, right? It's like you're now, instead of drowning in water, you're now going to drown on land. It's like, well, it's not drowning anymore. Okay, but you know, I mean, I get what you're trying to say. We're just being superstitious. Fix an issue in certain boss monsters where the skill could not find the monster and attacked in an awkward location. Okay, that's cringe. I mean, the Will of Swords gives a lot of the morph gauge, so if this one replenishes your morph gauge that it didn't before, if that gives you more, you know, more morph gauge filling, I think that in general should be a nice thing. Kaisers are now BM, they create their own platforms. Oh, okay. That's something I talked about recently as well. I think it's interesting that there's not a single class out there yet that can create temporary platforms or something. I think that could be a really cool dimension. I think that's what mechanics could do, where they just create like a hovering mechanical platform for like 5 seconds that people can jump on or teleport to now that everyone has an up jump. That could be cool, no? An anime warrior? Could have given it to Lara? Yeah, or to Lara, yeah. That you can just like create like an earth platform coming out of nowhere. Okay, Avenger champ. I don't know what that is. You can now walk on the mecha carrier. You're gonna rope lift onto the mecha carrier and attack from on top of it. Dude, that's almost the. Dude, why are all the cool ideas with mechanic? I feel like Voltroning up into a giant robot still works. Okay, it's still a great idea. Don't fucking take that away. Draco Slasher fixed an issue where the dragon energy did not attack an enemy if they were too close. Okay, that should be fixed. Okay, Kane. Kane also gets an up jump and a double combat step meme. Okay, that's. I'm pretty sure this is also just the icon 90 degrees shifted. Strike arrow 1, 2, 3. The number of monsters hit has been increased from 4 to 6. Ooh. Now I just need to have the hitbox increased, but. You know what these strikes remind me of? The fucking dual blade attacking skill. They changed the black to yellow, or the yellow, or the red to yellow and the black to red or something, and then they put it as a skill icon. Gundam, yes. Hey guys, does it matter which ring I pick from the one? They're the same rings. Yeah, you can check exclamation mark reboot. Sorry, exclamation mark rings. You can see the ring stats there, but they have the same stats. And if you don't have any, then you can literally just pick any. Yeah. Why is there an icon? Isn't it just the skill description that will change to include the up jump? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Unless they're making like an extra skill for all of them? I'm not sure. You to redesign the freaking mech at least to make it look a little better. It looks too scuffed, especially when you use a basic attack like pew 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 pew. That's not impressive at all. Adapt to death. This skill now increases stance by 50%. Right. Kadena. They didn't even have the courtesy of rotating the symbol. Up jump. Buff duration on weapon variety has been increased from 20 seconds to 30. Temper gives stance. Chain arts. Tough hustle. When the skill hits an enemy, weapon varieties number of stacks will be set to the maximum. Chain arts to max stacks, and your muscle memory stacks up to 30 seconds. I don't know if it's really going to change Kadena's play styles, but I think it'll give you more situations where, you know, you might be unlucky and lose your stacks and have to restart. Well, now you can immediately restart them with like 1 second of chain arts hit and then immediately start comboing, and you don't have to throw up all of the skills first before you get those 8 stacks. That seems nice. Change the good from when Damien disappeared. Yeah, exactly, yeah. For Slime Boss? Oh, yeah, because you lose all your stacks there, yeah. Now you can, and typically, I think during bossing, they almost never use chain arts, right? So now you just tap chain arts for like 1 second, boom, immediately full stack and start comboing. Their iframe isn't in the notes. Was there something going to change to that? Well, a lot of other characters are getting an extra iframe, but Kadena isn't. You know what they should get? During chain arts tough hustle, you should get reduced incoming damage percentage, including from damage percentage attacks. The cooldown is from the bind is down to 120 seconds. Oh, was it at 150? They want to give iframes for Saren? Yeah, probably makes sense. Yeah, whatever Carlos says. Yeah, Carlos is probably going to be pretty bad. It was 150. Okay, 150 to 120. Okay, that's pretty cool. Quick Service Mine 2, the skill now increases the stance by 60%. Alright. Angelic Buster, let me guess. Extra stance and an up jump. Let's see if I'm right. This is just a wild prediction. I'm just pulling it out of my ass. But, you know, I've got a feeling. You know, I've got a certain feeling going on. Oh, up jump, stance. Oh my, how did I know? Trinity, you can now activate the second and third hits in order without interruption, even if you do not attack for a certain period of time. Noise. Does this also exist for the hit progression and the Fafnir wolf hit at the end of the Aaron skill? That also exists there, right? So they're kind of mirroring that hit progression, I believe? Question mark? Hello? Aaron's? Probably. Okay, well... Aaron's Beyond Blade did do that. Okay. Wait, did do that or does do that? Soul Resonance. You will now be invisible for 2 seconds after using this skill. Ooh. However, if you stop Soul Resonance, the invincibility will also disappear. Ah. People use Soul Resonance now for a reduced incoming damage, right? So it's kind of like a pseudo iframe now, so it'll become a full iframe. Huh. It does do that. Okay, thank you. I think we make it like Shade's Bomb Punch. Bomb Punch! 0. Okay, where's Nate? Nate, are you still here? We're at 0 now. Dual combat. You can now right-click the skill to lock the feature of moving forwards when tagging. Burst Step. Moving left-right will no longer be considered an attack. Okay. Critical Bind. If Critical Bind is used in an enemy that is already bound, Critical Bind effect will now be added on and applied to the existing bind effect. If there is no bind effect applied and it is only a debuff, Critical Bind effect will not be applied. Alright. Reinforced Body. This skill now increases stance by 100%. The critical rate boost has been decreased from 40 to 30. But Great Sword Mastery, the critical rate boost has been increased from 15 to 30 there. So that means like a net gain of 5% critical rate? More early crit rate, I guess. Great Sword Mastery's damage boost effect will now apply to Shadow Rain. Oh, that's weird that it didn't, I guess. 0 crit synced. Between the Great Sword Mastery and the other sword? Was 15% the only difference? I thought it was more. Huh. I think Steve was saying it was equalizing crit rate between Alpha and Beta. Okay. They didn't have the same crit rate. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I get that it was like a gimmick and everything, but at this point we're kind of over it because we just want to be able to give base amount of crit. Like it's kind of like the rework with the Shadower when it came to crit, right? Just give us like a flat amount to give so we're at 100% so we can move the fuck on and not do like this fucking mental maths of figuring out like, well, in 85% of the case I'll be at 92%, so I guess I'll add 8%, which will put me at 108% during my time. It's like, oh, fuck off, you know? Just tell me what number is I always have. Is it 80? Cool, I'll add 20. Cool, let's move on now. This skill has been changed so that the buff effect is maintained even if you activate the last attack by using the skill again on Limit Break. The buff effect is maintained even if you activate the last attack by using the skill again. Oh, you used to lose the buff if you blow it up? Oh, interesting. And then Shadow Flash, the lower attack range has been increased by about 330%. You know, around 330%. Wait, so if you put this like in the middle of the map, you actually like hit all the platforms below as well, so this will be a little bit more relevant for mobbing. I wonder if Zeros will still use it though. I guess it'll help in Lucid Phase 2 that if she, you know, flies down, that you don't suddenly miss all your damage. Is it plus 330% or plus 230%? I mean, it's written here as plus 330%, which would basically mean... but the lower attack range right now could only be like 3 pixels, right? So if it's increased by 330%, then now it would be 13 pixels, right? That percentage is really big because the lower attack range now is very small. What's the point of keeping a limit break on? It's like an AoE damage over the map. It's kind of like reactivating the dragon or reactivating the what's it called? Like the Kana summon, right? The big demon. It also gives a slow across the map. Oh, okay. It reduces cooldowns. Does it progressively reduce cooldowns as it's up? Right now it's for the final damage buff and the attack speed. After dispatch, I guess you could time your burst. The final damage buff and the attack speed, that's your self buff when you activate it, right? It's still Zero's only real burst skill? Yeah, I guess addressing Zero burst is probably something that still has to be done. I don't think that this really addresses that problem. And the joint attack Twin Blades has the jankiest hitbox known to mankind, does it? It gives minus 230% CDR while the steroid is active. Jesus. Minus 230%? So you can use the skill 3 times now instead of waiting for the cooldown? What does minus 230% even mean? Minus 100% is like immediate uptime. Every single part of joint attack has its own hitbox and not all of them overlap. Oh no, that's true. If you're too close to the bosses, you will literally miss the second half of joint attack Twin Blades, like as an example, if you're using it on Versilla. That sucks. Any Wind Archer changes? Yes. An extra passive. Targeting of highest HP on your skills. Lowering of the damage reduction for the initial hit, the additional hits on like the big green arrow 5th job skill that you summon a bunch of. Oh god, I'm trying to visualize. And the 100% stance, right? I think that was it. Here, you can look for KMS in here. That was... Okay, one more. Okay. Right, then Kinesis. Oh god, are we almost done? Oh shit, we're not almost done. Okay, we're gonna have to blow through this. Double time. Alright, okay, chat? Here we go. Kinesis changes. This skill now decreases defense by 15% for 30 seconds when it hits an enemy. Cool. Defense reduction effect is Nut Stack with Psychic Grab 2 and Ultimate Psychic Stun. Aw. Cooldown has been decreased from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. This is, by the way, because when you're bursting, you literally just spam this, so you can actually lose the debuff from Psychic Grab. So this is a way to still give people the IED, the static IED that you would get from this, even when you're bursting with a different setup. Second drain to cooldown has been decreased from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and the duration has decreased from 15 to 30. Hey, that's what's up. The action delay has been decreased by 50% on Deep Impact. Cool. Deep Impact, little known fact, is actually a skill that you can use to cleanse bosses off of skill changes. For example, if you are doing Chaos Queen and she does the DR, you can throw Deep Impact at her and it just removes the DR. Is it teleport too? Oh, is it? Oh, well, I didn't know that part. Psychic Force 1, 2, 3. The final damage boost to Kinesis attacks when the DOT is active has been removed. But they're probably going to get it statically somewhere else, right? Right? The skill that decreases defense of 15 for 30 seconds when it hits an enemy. The defense reduction is affects. Okay. Psychic Shot. The defense reduction's effect's duration has been increased from 10 to 30. The defense reduction effect does not stack. Cool, cool, cool. Sure, sure. The skill will now only consume psychic points when it hits a monster. Oh. Oh. Psychic Charging Discount now charges half your maximum psychic points. So instead of... Okay, I think now it does half of the amount that you're missing, but now it'll do half of the total regardless. That is pretty useful. ESP Battle Order Discount now increases final damage by 20% to... Okay, so some of the final damage that is linked to your maintenance of the debuff of the DOT when the DOT is active is now just going to be slapped on passively instead. I'm not sure how much Psychic Force 1, 2, 3 was. I'm pretty sure it was close to this. This is not like a standard 20% increase. They got a lot of final damage from this. It's just not going to be as conditional anymore, but it's going to be flat. Psychic Force... Let me see how much it was. Oh, is it the Scream Dude? So it was 10% final damage from Psychic Force 1. Is there a Psychic Force _2? Am I a hacker man? No. Okay. Why is there... Why does it say Psychic Force 1 through 3, but there's only one Psychic Force skill? Cringe. A motherfucking cringe. Psychic Grab, Steel Skin... Where is Psychic Force 2 and 3? Where are my fucking kanas at? Kinesis at? The name changes. Well, why does it say Psychic Force 1 through 3 then? There's no Psychic Force 3. Like, that doesn't exist. Ooh! Tier 2, ESP... Oh, Psychic Blast, that's the other one. Final damage difficulties over time is applied to 15%, yeah. And it's like Assault, okay. Yeah, see, it's 20%, yeah. So, you know, so it's not an upgrade in a sense. Like, you're not gaining 20% final damage. The 20% final damage from this is just being taken away and added here anyway. So instead of it being conditional on the dot being on, which you... maybe, I guess, don't have as much use for anymore, so you can use a little bit more of your time to use attacking skills rather than to replenish your dot. It's an increase for sure, but it's not like a flat 20% final damage increase, which you could read it as, which was kind of like how the chat was responding, just to put that into context. It's an upgrade for mobbing, for sure, yeah, the upgrade for mobbing, yeah. The final damage boost duration has increased from 30 seconds to 45 on Psycho Break. Cooldown has been decreased from 210 to 180 on Psychic Over. Duration has been decreased from 30 to 26 seconds. I think that's fine. If you combine it with the Psychic Charging change, you still should be completely fine for your Psychic points. Psychometry cooldown has decreased from 220 to 180 as well. The damage has been decreased from 2100 to 1800, sure. Psychic Tornado cooldown has been increased from 120 to 180 seconds. Okay. Damage has been increased from 1000 to 1500. The thrown object damage has been increased from 275 to 413. Explosion damage has been increased from 600 to 900. Huh. Okay, so they just plus 50% on everything. I guess, yeah, just to synchronize everything onto a 3-minute within the class. That seems standard. You've kind of updates with KMS patches, man. Well, they don't exist, and they're probably going to be developing it later, so. Adele. Reign of Destruction. Fixed an issue where only 10% of the damage would be applied if it exploded when the duration ended. Wait, Reign of Destruction explodes? I didn't even fucking know that. Okay. Ilium. It's okay, I only have a 240 Adele. How am I supposed to know this? Ilium, Crystal Portal. You can now use the skill while hanging on ropes and ladders. The distance moved has been increased. I wonder how much. That's the regular teleport, by the way, for Ilium. Left Mastery skill increases stance. Destiny Innovation skill increases Crystal Portal's distance moved by 60 horizontally and 45 vertically. Huh. Crystal skill Glory Wings. You can now use Seed Rings, skills, and ethereal form while flying in the Glory Wings mode. Ooh. Okay. I mean, you probably didn't want to do that, but, you know, in the few situations where you did want to do that, that's nice. Arc incoming? Sorry, no spoilers. Fast Charge. This skill has been changed to a skill that instantly charges the crystal to the maximum when used, and the cooldown has been changed to 180 seconds. I feel like this skill was not really that super useful right now, so being able to just full charge, go immediately into the crystal wings for like an extra burst on a 3-minute cooldown, that seems like a good-ass Ilium change. Right? Just getting like a double crystal skill Glory Wings? Let me guess, Arc gets 50% stance pass. Maybe, actually, yeah. Crystal Secret, this skill now increases stance by 60%, alright. Arc Fusion Complete, this skill now increases stance by 50%. Oh. So happy for all of the Arc changes. They also got a bug fix. Broxo, tell him, point up. We actually got buffed. How? What? What does stance mean? When you walk into a monster, physical touch, you don't get knocked back a certain distance. You can just basically keep moving. You take the damage, but you keep moving. Look at bug fixes? Okay. Lara, expression wind swing. The duration has been increased from 20 seconds to 30. The upper area in which you can move has been increased by about 15%. The float speed has been increased by 39%. Okay, this was really slow, so I don't know if anyone used it for anything. So maybe the increase. I mean, it does give you knockdown resistance, so that's pretty nice. Space Rickle's damage has been enhanced by Best Friend's damage has been increased from 255 to 325. And description has been okay. That's pretty big. 40% stance in purity. Dragon absorption skill is now affected by buff duration increasing effects. Okay, and the duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 90. Oh, so that's gonna be up all the fucking time? Okay. 60 stance on relax, which... Dude, if you just read the MapleStory relax, this, yeah, nice. What the fuck is this shit? Lara. Come on. Come on. The relaxer? Yes. So if you read the skill description here of the... Oh, fuck off, dude. Okay. Winding Ridges, the upper attack range has been increased by about 64%. Okay. This is basically the skill that gives like 40% funnel damage, 35% IED, 30 magic attack, 20% critical rate, and 15% critical damage or something. And now it's going to give another 60% stance along with it. Yeah, now it's called Sob or something. Is it, I think it's unironically with the asterisks as well, right? Like Sob, like that. Yeah. It gives 54... Oh no, this is the other one. Never mind. No, I'm okay. 54 magic attack on level 22. 50 magic attack, 30 stat resistance, 30 elemental resistance. Wait, it's the other skill. What is the other one? Oh, insight. 20% critical rate, 20% critical damage, 45% final damage, and 40% IT. This is like the quintessential, like, okay, we didn't balance the class properly. Let's just fucking inject it with steroids into its eyeballs. Call the skill Insight, and now it's balanced, you know? Stance is what's called knockback resistance. Super stance, if you hear that, that's what's called knockdown resistance. So the knockdown is typically done by magic attacks. Knockback is done by physical attacks when you walk into things. Regular monsters and bosses alike. Okay, so nothing huge. Although this might be a decent damage increase, and this might actually give some utility to the skill. So I think that's proper changes. Ho-Young, Pinnacle, the skill increases stance by 60%, and Sage Teachings, Dream Garden, the cooldown reduction per 1 second of remaining cooldown duration when the skill ends has been decreased from 9.7 seconds to 9.3. Okay, so again, slightly taking down the immunity of the iframe, which is probably still fine. Compared to the original release of the iframe, of course, it was broken back then. But it's probably still a very, very good skill, just brought slightly more in line with the other iframes in the game. One type of iframe go from 16 seconds to 24 now. It used to be... How much did it used to be? It used to be 8 seconds or something, right? Yeah, if they fix iframe, then you don't even... if they fix Darkside, you don't need to rely on the iframe as much. It used to be 10. Oh, okay. It used to be 10 seconds, yeah. And then to 16, then to 24. That is a pretty big change, but, you know, slowly over time. Mastery Book System removal. All 4 job advancement skills can now be leveled up until their maximum level without having to use Mastery Books. They will no longer be sold. You can now sell your tradable Mastery Books on certain other Mastery Book items in shops for mezzos. Wait, what about my untradable ones? Oh, wait, I have only tradable ones, I think. Yeah, I have only tradable ones. Nice. 1.5 mil back. Yes. I have a stack of 100 of these, dude. That's 150 mil. I'm gonna be rich. Hell yeah. Dual Blade Training Book. Remember when these things cost an... you can now acquire spell traces when you use untradable Mastery Books and certain other Mastery Book items. 500 spell traces, 1,000, 1,000, 1,500. The daily gifts 8 reward has been changed from the Mastery Books set to 1,000 spell traces. Okay, that's just all of the reworks of Mastery Book rewards. Sure. Mastery Book system that which was added with the 4th job advancement update in December of 2006 has been removed. God, this thing has been in the game for 15 years. This thing has been in the game longer than some people who are playing the game right now. God damn. Do spell traces sell for more than the tradable books? Yeah, but most of the books I think that you get in Reboot are tradable anyway. I think it's more, but in non-Reboot the traces don't sell for shit, I think. That's where mostly they have the untradable ones, if I remember correctly. Wait, do you think we'll be able to print money by buying a bunch of books now and then... Can a Cold Cube still downgrade an epic potential to rare pot? That has not been in the game for probably like 12 years. Wait, how long have... I feel like Occult Cubes were only able to do that for like 6 months and then they removed that. But yeah, no, they cannot downgrade. No cubes can make the tier of your item go down. And no re-rolling of your inner ability can make it go down either. It's all stay the same or go up. Since then, the 5th job advancement update and various reorganizations for faster character growth have taken place. Really? And the current Mastery Book system was decided to be a cumbersome hurdle of playing the game. Yes. Going forward, we have to improve it so that you can increase all of your 4th job advancements skills into their maximum levels without having to use. Cheese MS, noticed. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the 2 months. How you doing? Boss entry limit improvements. Please let it be good. 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 Okay. The daily entry limit of 1 has been removed for the following bosses. It has been improved so that a 30-minute re-entry cooldown is applied. Zakum, Papulatus, Hilla, Horntail, Von Leon, Ark, fucking Omni CLN, and Pink Bean. Okay, I'm still not a huge fan of the 30-minute re-entry. I think it's a little bit bullshit, but... one step in the right direction, I guess. Crashing and Zakum is now allowed. I mean, yeah, crashing and bosses was always annoying, so... Oh, it's only on easy, normal... Easy, normal... Easy, normal, hard for Von Leon. Okay. Pink Bean, normal, chaos. New meta of only killing Zakum arms and leaving every 30 minutes. Oh, wait. Actually? Wait, you can farm Zakum every 30 minutes. You're right. I mean, if you're actually training, though, the second time it will already be garbage. But it's actually true. You could just kill the arms, go out, because you didn't actually kill Zakum. You have to, like, stand in the middle and attack only outwards and try to not hit the body. I think as soon as you hit, like, level 160 or something, every single attack that's going to kill the arms is most likely also killing the body. But you might be able to get a few extra runs in a day out of it. That's actually true. Yeah, so if you... wait... Yeah, so if you rotate between mules, you can just take like a day of Zakum killing and get like all of your characters from like 100 to 180 just by keep on switching characters and just switching between them. Oh my god, what? Oh yeah, I didn't even... Wow. Jesus, that opens up some... 180 might be a bit tough. No, yeah. No, you'll get up to like 140 or 145 before it gets so fucking slow. That sounds extremely fucking stupid, and that's just why it might work. Yeah, that's basically free Legion from going from 4K to 6K, yeah. Bet farming Hilla? Well, no, because you have to kill her to get the drop, so... You'll still get cooldown once you kill it. It's just the entry limit has been removed, right? Does easy Zakum give okay experience? I think it's even at the low level, it's garbage. So you basically just skip easy. I guess now you could do easy, kill the arms as partial EXP before and then go out. But if you accidentally kill easy Zakum, then you can't do normal anymore later in the day, so... Oh, only the body gives EXP and easy? Well then scratch all of that. I don't think I've ever done easy Zakum in my life. One time someone smega, please carry me easy Zakum, and I actually carried them easy Zakum. No, I wanted to carry them easy Zakum, but then once we were at the door, we couldn't go in because they already did normal that day. That was... And that's why I don't do carries anymore, okay? Because I was traumatized by that experience. The daily entry limit has been increased from 1 to 3 for the following bosses. The existing 30-minute re-entry cooldown will be maintained. Lotus, hard. Damien, hard. Normal and Chaos Slime. All difficulty levels of Lucid, Will, Gloom, Darknell, Varishilla, and Saren. Dude, Saren people being able to practice 3 times a day. Wow. Yeah, so if someone DCs... No, we're waiting if people DC. Well, you have to still wait 30 minutes. You probably want to wait an hour because you probably popped your guild skills and everything. But it's at least you can still just go later on the same day without having to wait another day, set another time and everything. Black Mage 2, by the way. Here's Black Mage. The daily entry limit has been increased from 1 to 3 for the following bosses. It has been improved so that a 60-minute re-entry cooldown is applied to Black Mage. That is gonna eat up your your keys, though. But wow. Big boss, big number, yeah. We have improved the daily boss entry limits to alleviate the problem where you would lose your daily entry if any unexpected situations cause you to stop playing while in the process of challenging boss. Oh man. They're trying to say it's like your mom just like knocked on your door and just yells at you to take out the groceries from the car. You know any of those unforeseen circumstances that might just happen once in a blue moon. This is a really verbose way to say unstable game crashes, honestly. Unexpected. The fucking audacity, dude. These boss changes are big brain from Nexon because it infers the servers will still be shit. Yeah, and it increases, the bad part is it increases the tolerance that the players already have to be okay with this, because it's like, well, you know, I can still try again later, so it's not that bad that it crashed. It's like, no, it's still horrible that it crashed. Your game shouldn't be crashing this much. You should still be fighting the good fight. My hot Asian GF wants sex. Have to leave the run, sorry. It's like, oh, it's okay, dude. We'll just run again in an hour. Is the best change this entire patch? Fuck class buffs. They never deserve them anyway. Okay. You thought KMS doesn't disconnect as often? Yeah, but and they even thought for them this is relevant. For the re-entry cooldowns, if there was no limit, then parties could enter. Then right before clearing, they could leave and enter the same boss again. Therefore, we have kept the limit because it would create a gameplay pattern that is not intended by the development team. Yeah, no, this makes sense. It's the same reason why they entered the 30-minute cooldown in the first place. Because you could, like, 6-man hard will, leave someone at the door, go 5-man hard will, leave someone, or like leave someone at the end to finish him off, and then everyone gets a chance for a book, right? All characters will now go 100% stance through their own skills. Yes, we saw already from the skill chance set improvements. All characters now get 100%. Well, all characters? Question mark. Where the Hayato? I think Jet is already at 100%, right? And I think Beast Tamer is as well, depending on this stage. So like Hayato and Kana still need to get it, right? What did they give? Infinity 70% stance, and then add 100% stance to passives? Yeah, they can remove the Infinity stance for sure. Mihal, Link skills. Okay. More sex, please. I can't wait to get more sex from the Mihal Link skill. Let's see. Receive the Knight of Light, Mihal's protection. Increase your status resistance. Wait a minute. It sounds more like a condom than extra sex. What is this? For 10 seconds, increase status resistance by 100. For 15 seconds, increase status resistance by 100. Well, ain't that some shit? It's not even immunity, no. And if you know the curve of status immunity, what is it? MapleStory status immunity curve. Can we? Does anyone have the picture? Is this an old? Is this anywhere linked to the? No. Does this have the curve in it or no? Okay, 28 times log 10 status resistance plus 1 rounded down doesn't... That doesn't show how horribly that scales. There was a curve for this that I saw somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. Like... Okay. Yeah, log 10 scaling is garbage. So you basically, you know, most characters are going to be somewhere around like mid 40s to mid 50s. Which puts you like somewhere here, which puts the status duration reduction like around 50%, a little bit below 50%. So a Hayato who has like an extra 100, which basically triples your status resistance, makes your reduction go from 50% to like 62, which is, you know, significant. But if you want to get that same increase and you want to go to 74, I don't know, you need like 400. So, DS basis. I think Hayato has like one skill that increases it by 100 or even more. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be meta for like the Kalos fight, or it'll be helpful for Saren. I'm not sure. PF is close to 200. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. That would mean that's a significant reduction in how long you get stunned and sealed and all that stuff. Impenetrable skin gives 80? Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Work for Seren stun, or is it some new fancy mechanic? I imagine it would work. Gloom darkness? No. I'm not saying that it's not going to do anything. It's going to apply to all of those things. The question is it going to be worth a slot in your link skills, right? Is this are these mechanics that are unavoidable and that will lead to death so often that having 15 seconds of increased status for every 2 minutes is essentially saving you a life? Then it's worth it, right? Is it just to slightly increase the chance of not getting like chain fucked by something? No. I don't think this Seren stun can be reduced. It's possible that it's like a hard duration. It's possible. Good for darkness and BM curses? Probably. Impenetrable skin is 36 seconds. Yeah, what? Dude, can we make Impenetrable skin last like 25 seconds but put it on a 2-minute cooldown instead of a 4-minute cooldown? That skill makes no sense. Doesn't apply to Gloom Darkness mode or Seren stun. I mean, Gloom Darkness is... Darkness mode duration is dependent on how many monsters you kill, right? Like, if you don't kill any monsters, the duration just stays... It just stays on and the bar doesn't go down, right? Yeah, it'll apply to the meteors, exactly, yeah. So how long you get either zombified, stunned, or darkness. Or like a blind... No, yeah, blinded, yeah. It slowly goes down on its own? Oh, maybe it doesn't go down... It just doesn't go down when you're dead, right? It just freezes when you're dead? Okay. Why does Luminous not get completely blinded in Gloom? Is it a weird passive they have? Yes, it's a passive in the beginner skills, I believe. And it's now, I think, is that the same one that now... There's another skill that they have that also reduces, that is going to block blinds and seals. When you die, freezes? Yeah, so you can just, like, die and just wait it out. If you die, exiting darkness also doesn't lower the gauge of other... Ooh, that sucks. Does it affect other bosses apart from Gloom? Yeah, you also don't get blinded in Black Mage. Where blinded is actually kind of annoying. The Legion board effect of stance has been changed to increase damage to regular monsters. God, this was a golden opportunity to do something great with that grid. Oh, this is so cucked. I mean, I guess if you need the damage for training in Cernium, you get the extra damage to normal monsters, plus you get to fill out the Legion grid. Well, I guess you can take the boss damage and the IED flaps, put them into EXP and into regular monster damage, and go into Cernium faster. With the reduction of... With the change of the reboot passive, that might actually be a significant amount of damage increase there. Honestly, this will probably help people get into Hotel Arcus faster as well. Yeah, no, maybe my initial response is a little bit too negative. I imagine, though, with all the new areas coming out, the new monsters are going to be super duper strong, so being able to push as much percentage damage as possible to be able to actually train in those areas is probably not going to be a bad thing. Yeah, Kana summons are also not going to get scaled by that, so that's also a good thing. It's huge for characters that need it for project... Yes. True, yeah. Characters whose mobbing gets augmented by projectiles killing stuff will need all of the percentage damage that is even remotely available to make sure that you can get to the scaling part where the projectiles can start two-shotting and one-shotting. That's also true, yeah. Overpowering is not necessarily a bad thing there. Thank you, Jade. We're going to cover the dev hour later. I think I covered enough. I think we're on the third replay of the Jazz. That's an hour playlist, so I did a lot. Probably not. Improvements. Oh wait, the hyperstat of stance has been removed. All points invested in stance have been returned. Oh, they just blanket removed this one? Okay. I guess they're just, universally exchanging these two. Damage to regular monsters and stance. Just switching it out. We weren't here for the Iron change, but holy cows. Looks good, right? Alicia was buffed because Marksman Dragon Roar was removed. The Alicia's Roar skills cooldown has been decreased, and the distance the monsters are pushed back has been increased. Alicia was buffed? Oh, the Alicia skill was buffed. Yeah, okay. Devour these nuts. Really? Nice. Good one. Arcane symbol enhancement costs have been decreased. Yeah, is that significant? Oh god, now every single area is gonna... all of the areas are gonna have different costs now? Whatever, dude. As long as it doesn't cost us as much. I'm good. Demon Avenger and Xenon characters' arcane symbols and authentic symbol stats have been increased. Base of 10.5. Wait. Oh no, I thought it was changing from 6.3 to 10.5 and be like, oh, that's actually maybe enough. I don't even know what it is right now. Is it 5k right now? No, 17.53. 5,250? I don't even know how much it is exactly. 9 to 10 is 66 mil right now. Oh. Well, it's like 64,656, I think, right? I think these numbers stayed the same. 1750? Yeah, it's such a small increase. 3,900. 39 for Xenon? Okay. 96 for... okay. People getting the money back? No, we're not getting money. There's no cash back going on now. I would get a fat check, dude. I've got 6 characters capped. How much money would I get back? Jesus. I would get like a check for 5 bill or something. Fix an issue where using the Guardian Angel Ring set conversion scroll would not output an effect sound. Okay, nobody gives a fuck about that. Maximum HP and MP sets have been added to the master label set effect. Yes! Maximum HP and MP set have been added to the set effect of certain cash equipment with time limited stats. Cool. Nobody cares about 250 or 500 HP. The hat, cape, glove, time limited additional stats when acquired from a set voucher after the update had 1500. Okay, wow. The scaling, amazing. Mechanic equipment and dragon equipment will no longer be dropped by monsters and can instead be purchased from the secondary weapon salesman NPC level. I mean, I guess that was the normal transition. I don't know why they changed it from crafting it to everyone just drops it. Only to change it again to, well, now you could just buy it. I'm gonna get ready and chill on 18 for Ursus so we can do that in a little bit, okay guys? Okay, yeah, seems fine. When a scroll is passed that changes the numerical stats of an item, it has been improved so that the increase or decrease in stats is output. Okay. Monsters in the Seed, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It has been improved so that you will be invincible for 2 seconds after resurrecting while fighting with the boss monster. Okay. Okay. In the item enhancement UI, a 30% all stat scroll has been added to the spell trace scrolls. Xenons? Pog? The 30% all stat scroll can only be used on armor and accessories. It gives 3 all stat, 120 HP, and 10 defense. Oh my god. Demon Avenger scrolling? Is it for 30%, 3 all? Is it 120 HP? I don't even know. Is it? What year is this being scaled into? Yeah, dual blade is almost no changes. Basically an up jump and 100% stance. And that's basically it. The maximum number of damage skin storage slots have been increased from 48 to 60. Nice. That's worse than some pre-Big Bang scrolls? Yeah, I think so. When enhancing the V-cores, if you press select all button, it will no longer include the condensed experience. We fucking called it. That when you say select all, people are like, I bet it's going to include the EXP cores. And I'm like, yeah, it probably did. Okay, so now they changed it that it doesn't automatically include the experience cores. I fucking steal them. I fucking knew that they would mess that up, dude. An equipment window, register pet auto buff skills will be maintained even when moved to the cache storage. Even if you equip a new pet that can use pet buff, then you can use your registered pet auto buff skills without having to register them again. When creating chatting shortcuts, you can no longer register messages that start with a /. Okay. Fix an issue where you, when using chatting shortcuts with a hotkey where facial expressions were not output even if the message included a facial expression. Okay. What is this? The remaining time displayed on the quick slots and buffs have been improved to be more visible. That's a big old number. Yeah, from there to there to there. That's probably okay. In the options UI, you can now select the type of numbers and the display location in the quick slot. Okay, so you can choose which one. You can keep it the same or... Okay, that's always better. Just give us the options, man. Just let people... If people are just too used to this and they don't want the new shit, then just keep it like that. That's fine. Middle large. Middle large seems... it seems like it'll be weird in the beginning. Also, why does it sometimes look... Like, they changed it from an 8... From a normal 8, right? The bottom O of the 8 is supposed to be bigger than the top one, right? Otherwise it like falls over. Otherwise your 8 is out of balance. Do you guys notice how here the bottom is slightly bigger than the top one, but here the bottom one is slightly smaller than the top one? It looks like this 8 is just going to topple over. From an 8 to an 8. True. Okay, cache shop. When you connect a web browser while playing the game, it has changed so that it opens your default browser instead of Internet Explorer. Memes. Maple Guide. An additional confirmation window will now appear when you use it to move to a map. The Maple Guide's recommended hunting grounds will no longer appear for adventure jobs in the level 10 to 30 range. Hunting grounds next to towns and certain recommended hunting grounds have been removed, and other popular hunting grounds have been added. Okay. Fix a problem where you had to complete the Celis area quest in order to do the quests for areas after Moonbridge. Okay. And if you will Chuchu Island or Lucky Lines quest, you did not complete the beginning quest, you cannot teleport to those towns with the Maple Guide. Sure. Lie detectors, not sure. Skill error fixes. Certain skills that are not affected by directly used attack speed increasing skills effects, but are affected by passive skills and ability attack speed changes have been changed so that their attack speeds cannot be changed. Okay, let's read that again. Certain skills that are not affected by directly used attack speed increasing skills effects, but are affected by passive skills and ability attack speed changes have been changed so that their attack speeds cannot be changed. Are there very many skills in this category? Recently, in the process of making attack speed increasing buffs into passives, we have discovered an issue where certain skills that were not affected by active attack speed increased buff skills were still affected by certain passive stats. Where attack speed is increased for these skills, an error occurs where the skill effects and character actions are output abnormally. In particular, for skills that involve movement, the movement distance would be applied inconsistently sometimes. Okay, yeah, okay. Usually change the experience of using certain skills may change, but we decided that this continuous error would cause more inconvenience, which is why we have changed it this way. Okay. You didn't get any of it? Basically, okay, in the past, where there were some skills, if you use the weapon booster, right, because they basically changed the weapon booster to a passive. If you actively use the weapon booster, those skills wouldn't change because the change had a certain speed, they had a certain animation, the certain way of moving your character, and that was synchronized with each other, and that looked a certain way, and that looked good. But now when they change it to a passive, apparently some of those skills that do that, they get sped up by the by passives that were correctly coded to not get sped up by actives. So now that the active speed increase is a passive, some skills got like desynchronized with where your character moves, how the effect looks, maybe the sound effect, and everything got like jumbled up. So those skills have been fixed again to not be sped up by the passives, so that they didn't act all weird now. What up, Scardor? How you doing, XL? Nerd. I'm just gonna read the highlighted ones because that's usually the most impactful ones. We'll quickly skim over the other ones. Night Lord Showdown Challenge and Demon Slayer Devil's Cry debuff effects have been changed so that they do not override each other. The overlapping effects have been changed so that the higher effect is applied. Okay, this is for like the extra drop rate and experience increase when you're killing bosses. Increase nation with flame apply. Okay, Aaron's combo would change to 490. Ooh. Aaron's combo will not apply if he died as he reached 1,000. Rip. Aaron's Smash Wave and Adrenaline as boost on some fear would not be output to effect. Evan's Magic Debris will now be created in Mulong Dojo, Foggy Forest Training Center. Oh my god, DPS increase for Dojo. Shades, Blade Aim, not activate while jumping. Kaiser command open again after closing. Cane, where you would sometimes move in the opposite direction if you use Shadow Shift after using Shadow Step. Okay. Fixing issue where in 0, where if they tag to another 0, no Blessed Guild skills cooldown would be applied. Wait, no Blessed Guild skills. Damn, I read it properly. Huh. Actually, with Kinesis, we're using certain skills which show awkward effects. Adele's nice. Where if it was originally a skill alarm, the sound effect would not be output. Vision with Ark's Fear of the Abyss and Endless Pain, where the gauge would be consumed abnormally. Oh, dude. Man, unless you play Ark, you have no idea how fucking annoying this was. Oh, thank you. Jesus Christ. Buffed? I mean, it's just a quality of life. Oh, man. Okay, short explanation is that you have a certain time that you can be transformed in Spectra, right? And then the game would know when you're running out of Spectra, and the alarm would start going off, telling you to switch so you don't get the penalty of not switching in time. But sometimes what would happen is when you use any kind of skill that increases the duration, the game would give you that extra duration visually, but it wouldn't take it into account for that alarm. So basically the skill would still start flashing, or it would just casually take you out of Spectra as if you ran out when you didn't. But sometimes it would start flashing, you would see it, you would press the button, and it would automatically take you out, thinking that you were already out, right before you press the button, which means that when you press the button, you actually put yourself back in, and then it immediately starts flashing again, putting you closer to the penalty of running out, and then getting 20 seconds of no Spectra. But since you could just say, well, why just not cancel it again really quickly? Because the canceling has a cooldown. And then if you get unlucky with the timing, you would actually take the 20 second penalty of not getting any Spectra, because the game bugs, you know? It was just, it wouldn't happen all that much, but it was just really annoying. It's here. Wait, does it eat in Creeping Terror? You know what's also really annoying is when you log in and you only have like one Spectra and you pop a skill that consumes Spectra, you just immediately get put into penalty. That's also kind of annoying. Creeping Terror and the keydown consumed it. Oh. They consume Spectra even though they shouldn't? Oh shit, so longer Spectra? Hell yeah. I'll take it. Dream Gardener was registered in skill alarm, sound effect, skill alarm. Feature where the blow of battle effect would be applied if the character was dead. Flow of battle, okay. I think issue where when transferring stackable link skills where sometimes it would fail due to an error or the skill information would not be displayed. Okay. Quests, never read that. Item switches. The equip time of the spirit pendant repeat awkwardly. Sure. Oh, fixed an issue where the Demon Avenger's arcane symbol item quality was less than special class. Yeah, that got nerfed. They got changed like a few, well, quite a few patches ago, just the symbols look shit on Demon Avenger. They look purple instead of the regular magenta color, but it was like, okay, whatever. Like, they ruined Shade Spirit Frenzy? What, you can move now? How is it ruined? Monster change with the thing issue in Black Mage Phase 3 where sometimes the power of creation would be activated 2 times. Fixed an issue in Reboot World where elite champions and elite bosses orb experience was applied lower. Fixed an issue in Reboot World where if elite champions and elite bosses appeared in certain regular maps that didn't require force, a lower HP and experience would be applied. Reboot World monsters have higher health than in regular worlds so that you can feel the changes in your character's growth better. During our code improvement work in June 2019, we organized duplicated code and incorrectly applied elite champion and elite bosses HP in regular maps, leading to lower HP and experience when compared with regular worlds. In line with the purpose of Reboot World, we have changed it so that elite champions and elite bosses will have their HP and experience applied normally and regular maps. We will take care so that problems like this do not happen again. Oh. Bad copy pastes. I see, I see. I'm gonna go ahead and skip all of these changes. These are just small ass minor changes. Map changes. There might be 1 or 2 relevant things here. Usually the most relevant ones are highlighted by Max either way. So I can't imagine that there's super important stuff here. Monster Life fix. And flag race every time but your PC's time was changed to the flag race entry time. The system message indicating you could enter flag race would be output. Oh. Okay. That's a lot. Thanks for sticking by me the whole way. I probably will cut it up into 2 parts just to make it a little bit more palatable because it's going to be like a 4-hour. Is this like fucking 4.5 hours? No, 3.5 hours. That's a lot. I'll probably cut it up into 2 parts. But yeah, let me know what you guys are most excited about. Again, this is Tespia, so it's not in the live servers yet. God. There's a lot of changes. Some of these classes look like they just got reinvented. I don't know, Thunderbreaker. Pretty excited to see what that's going to do to the class. The DA changes are pretty significant. The mobility to Luminous, like, I think it seems like Aaron, Nightwalker. We see the other all the extra. I mean, it's basically the update of iframes, stance increase, and up jumps, right? Like that's the. It seems to be the main stuff that they added. So let me know what you guys are excited about and what you guys might not be that excited about. And I'll look forward to reading all of those comments. Yes, I still do read all the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we get to finalize soon. Okay, finalize everything. I believe should be on the 27th. So then we can start making some plans. All right, thanks for watching.